will Pokemon Sun and Moon be the best Pokemon game ever?
Yes.
They had a new trailer come out that was absolutely awesome. Some quick notes from the trailer that someone provided in the comment section is that the bottom screen has now been revealed. It looks a lot like the Heart Gold Soul Silver with the menu and all that. There is a new trading screen as well. Looks much more dynamic. So that's really cool. Trading has been awesome. They really improved that. Excuse me. In X and Y, where you could do certain things like kind of like conditions and all of that, like trade it if you bring me this and all of that. So like requesting this Pokemon and things like that. And so X and Y was very streamlined. There's now a thing called bracelets. Looks kind of like the synergy stones that we've seen with Ash Ketchum and his Greninja that we saw in the Japanese logo of the game, and this whole concept of what we see in Pokken Tournament, where you have your synergy bracelets that you can kind of use to almost like evolve your Pokemon or get them to be like a synergy burst and things like that. Definitely kind of supporting that whole idea of the Pokemon being connected to you. Also, not really completely understood within the context of the Japanese trailer, but there's like these new poses.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of the synergy sort of pose like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the fusion in Dragon Ball Z or whatever, the little dance they do.
Yeah, but it's super weird in this context because your trainer is just going weird. But it goes back to the whole point that you're really able to customize your trainer, and they really want to focus on that connection. Like your trainers are being displayed in the battle screen now. You can do all this. Like X and Y kind of had that too, and especially Black and White too. This whole they're really moving in that direction. That Pokemon are really connected to you. I think a lot in response to the whole idea that it's this kind of like this dog fighting game. It seems like they really want to drive home the friendship aspect of it, that these Pokemon are pretty happy to be fighting with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's been since Red and Blue. I mean, Team Rocket.
But N in Pokemon Black and White, like the N protagonist, and I think his whole thing was that he didn't realize how you could abuse Pokemon the way you do. Did he kidnap someone's Pokemon or something? Because he was like, you don't get it, you don't deserve to have this.
Yeah.
And then in X and Y, the whole plot line is Flair's trying to kill everyone in the world because they're you guys are so mean and ugly to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so, beyond that, I think, oh, my mouse just died. Hey. I can't read the other points. No. Pokemon Ami is confirmed to return. There's more riding of Pokemon, and you'll be able to take off hats. So
the riding, the little clips they showed of you want a Lapras and then you want a Tauros, it looked really, really cool.
Yeah.
I hope that maybe, I don't know if it's probably, I guess in X and Y they had those moments where I think you got on a ride-on or something.
Yeah.
And rode it. And wasn't it already there in the location? I bet it's probably something like that, but it'd be kind of cool if they actually made a Gyarados sort of sprite and maybe what else is something a Meryl that you could float on, or just all the different kinds, which would be a lot of work. So I really highly doubt that, but it just seemed like there's at least
some of these Pokemon that for some reason can have swim. But they're your Magikarp can learn swim, but I don't know how you'd grip your thighs around the Magikarp.
Yeah.
And stuff. But I don't know if that's. But I bet it's just gonna be even more of what they had in Pokemon X and Y, where it's just this whole these pre-designated areas, which are still super cool and immersive, and it's just makes the world seem more alive when you actually have them out there. The other they have a steel book that they have now in North America for Pokemon Sun and Moon. We have ours pre-ordered. The bummer or awesome part about it is that it does come with both games.
Yeah.
And so hopefully maybe I can get my wife into that game, so when I have both, she can play one, I can play the other.
Yeah.
Dark Ray is confirmed for Pokemon Tournament right now, just for the arcade. And then there's a rumor right now that the live action movie may be back in the works because of the success of Pokemon Go. But with Pokemon Sun and Moon being the best Pokemon game, the topic of this snippet and discussion of the show, we saw it with the E3 demo that there's these information things now that it's so intuitive to see what moves are super effective, and we've also seen all these new announcements and stuff. It just seems like X and Y was the best at the time. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were kind of good, but also a step back because they took away a lot of the features to make it more true to Ruby and Sapphire.
Right.
This seems to kind of be like more of the sequel to X and Y, which they were just so awesome, but now it's just refining on that in every way, to be almost like the Black and White 2 to the Black and White, if X and Y is Black and White.
Yeah.
It seems like, obviously, the question may be silly and redundant, like, will this be the best one? Obviously it will be because it's the latest one. But there's some people, I guess, that would say that, like, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best because the features in there and the...
Well, like, I would argue, like, really X and Y, like you say, how it was the best when it came out. I feel like that was largely because of the new engine, the new battle, engine being finally 3D, which we'd waited for a long time. We haven't had a stadium-type game in a really long time, and now actually it was like... the games became the Pokemon Stadium itself, kind of thing in a way, where now in the actual game itself, you get to have that experience of fighting your Pokemon in 3D, and so that was really, like, the story-wise and all of that, it was like X and Y I could care less about.
Yeah.
And I would say the engine and the metagame, how the player search system was probably, like, what made that, it was what gave it that credibility to be the best one yet. Otherwise, I hand it to Black 2, White 2 is
That's true, yeah.
Those games, I still
Your
hold
Avenue
those so fondly, yeah, I miss my Avenue, and, like, customizing that, and how big the world was, and how returning back and how just, like, long it was. I remember, like, you and I, we would talk back and forth of, like, I'm on this city now, I've been playing for like 70 hours and I still have like 10 cities left to even visit and touch. It was like huge game, and then the post game was still huge. I haven't even, I don't think, completely beaten it yet because
you go on like certain routes and stuff, and like N's workers still pop up, like those shadow guys.
Yeah, and they're like,
time for a Pokemon battle, and it's like, wait, what? Like they have like their whole lines of dialogue, like,
and they're like level 85 and stuff, and it's like, wait, what? Crap. It's like you're like 10 times higher than the Elite Four were, and like I'm not gonna beat this for a while. I need to go train, So it was like really, really lengthy, and like the medals, the awards for doing little accomplishments. There was like a little trophy system in the game. It was just super fleshed out. There was a lot of things that just made it easier for you as a player. It just seemed so modern. It seemed so like tailored towards hardcore fans who had been playing and bought every single game, every generation, to keep it more fresh for everybody. And I feel like X and Y was definitely a bit of a step back from that, just due to how much time, effort they had to put into that. Yeah, so I feel like with the engine and the metagame of X and Y, plus being able to flesh it out so much more in the vein of Black 2, White 2, that this has to be, plus all of the features that it seems like like I say, they flesh it out. So we have the new super effective, we have the new quick ways to view what your move does, we have the new battle system of 4 players against each other, we have all these things returning. I think that, and just like the region looks beautiful, it looks big, it looks expansive. The new Pokemon all look, even I would say, better than they did in Black and White. Black and White, and X and Y I think it was a little bit of a step up from Black and White's generation. Even though I came to really enjoy Black and White's Pokemon, I feel like this generation's Pokemon actually is better than both X and Y and Black. Like, it's the best generation of new Pokemon I'd say we've maybe had since Gold and Silver and Crystal. So, like, so far I'm super impressed with all the Pokemon I've seen. I'm excited to see new ones. I'm excited to see what the final evolutions are. So just everything about this game, my hype was already really high, and then after seeing this new trailer too, which is, like, it didn't give too much new information out, like, we went through the things, but it didn't, like, show a lot of new Pokemon or a lot of what the region is and the story, but it's just such a beautifully put together trailer, kind of mixing the going outside and spending time in nature and finding bugs and bonding with your family at the same time, having Pokemon there on the side, like, to bond with at the same time, which is just a really cool concept. It's really well put together, the timing of, like, the music and the, like, catching the balls and all of the things is really well put together. So go check that out. I think it's on the Japanese Pokemon channel. I don't think that there is a English version of it out yet or anything, but
yeah, weird.
It doesn't really matter because it's not like they're speaking Japanese a lot. It's basically just, I think that even the music in the trailer is English, perhaps. It's just a music trailer showing new features of this game, showing the fun of it, and it's just really cool. So go, check that out.
Yeah, and leave your comments down below, like what your kind of hype level is, what Pokemon game you think has been the best so far. Try to leave nostalgia out of it, because, everyone would probably be like, oh, Red and Blue, but, based on features and based on gameplay.
But I gotta maybe point that out, too, that one of the reasons maybe my hype is so through the roof is because also I've been finishing my Nuzlocke of Pokemon Red, and I've been playing so much Red and grinding in that game that every time I see clips now in photos and even like think about going to maybe play some of Alpha Sapphire or something, it's like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get back to like the modern Pokemon game of it looking all colorful and 3D and everything.
Even the XP share, like how at first you and I were both like, that takes away the heart of the game, and it's like, no, it just speeds up what you're already doing.
Yeah.
It makes it so you can focus on actually battling instead of like
breeding and all these things that are like absent from Pokemon Red. I've been getting, it's almost like I felt like if you just start watching black and white movies from the 40s or something for a really, really long time, and then all of a sudden you see
that Rogue One trailer.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to go back to some modern movies and stuff. So I think that if you have gone back since the 20th anniversary and gotten those Virtual Console Pokemon games and played through them, I think especially Red and Blue, it just makes the experience of the new game even better. So.
Yeah, definitely. And so, leave yours down below what you think is the best Pokemon game. The hype is to the roof. I'm so excited for the Steelbooks. I love when I get my hands on a Steelbook and those just look awesome. And I'm a little bummed that I won't have both boxes on my desk, but at the same time, just having a Steelbook of like one of the most definitive Pokemon games sounds really exciting to me, I think.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they're still available for pre-order, if they got snatched up or what, but you'll have to go check those out. Cause
I wouldn't be surprised if they did make a pretty good like pre-order quantity that you're allowed to pre-order. I don't know. It just seems like Pokemon are always a little bit better at getting like quantity, since they're kind of the
Pokemon Go wristbands sold out. So
yeah, that's true.
But they didn't. That's the different and the whole story together. They had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea that was going to be as big as it was. Moving on